I am in front of my dorm, Winifred-Parker. It's actually, it looks a lot smaller, but I promise, yeah, there we go. Anyways, so there's plenty of things that are great about this dorm. I got really lucky. And so I think that it's quite appropriate for me to do a dorm tour, especially since there's actually very limited resources on what the dorms look like. So I will be that one person on YouTube to show you guys. So Winifred-Parker is actually really interesting because it is honors overflow housing. Yo, that's me. But I got lucky and I'm not in the honors college, so I really just hit it big. On the left is the entrance to the dorms, that will be later. On the right is all the residence amenities, I'd like to say. So here is the mailboxes. I think these are only used for letters, so these aren't actually as important as the other one. Going into the study room, be very quiet. So this part of the video is filmed very poorly. I put my phone down and did not say a word, simply because there was a study area. So instead, I can narrate it now while I'm sitting in my hallway next to an outlet. So to the right of this hallway, there is 3rd Street Market, which is filled with drinks, snacks, chips, candies, whatever you really need. People typically go here to spend their dining dollars just to buy a quick bite and also to stock up their dorm. There's also a Starbucks right next to the market. It's typically always busy, so I can never get a coffee. But otherwise, it's pretty lively. There's always a table to study. It's quite nice. Anyways, we're reapproaching the main entrance. So now we're going to be entering the main dorm space. So here's the stairway. This is the route I normally take to go up floors because the elevators might take they're a bit fast. The mail room is always busy. We have bathrooms and water fountains. And if you go this way, rec room. Further this way, we have laundry. Let's see. So there's plenty of washing machines. The only thing is they do cost like $2.50 to wash and then $2 to dry. So it's $4.50 per load, which is kind of crazy. But there's always space here. I'm pretty sure, at least. Right now it's busy because it is Sunday, so you know, it's to be expected. Immediately upon leaving the elevators, there are a few rooms there. Here is the trash room, which actually is just a bunch of trash cans and cleaning supplies if you need it. Then we have more rooms down there and a few seats along the windowsill. And there is the common room for our floor. Every room has a common room, and I'm pretty sure they're the same. Here's a lovely view of a walkway. Normally you can see Croc, but I guess we're not high up enough. Oh, there it is. It's still fenced off. We're watching football right now. Hello, common room people. We have a water fountain, and now we're going to approach my room. Upon entering the room, you first see this little kind of mini kitchen area. We do not have a living space because we are in a semi-suite. So we just kind of have this hallway. So we have a bunch of coffee makers, water heaters, creamer, and this kind of small setup, microwave and fridge combo. And we also have the bathroom. Oh man, I look tired. It's already like week 5. So we have these 2 sinks. This used to be a double, but it was converted to a triple, so there's actually 6 people living here, which explains why there's only 4 cabinets instead of 6. This is where people normally store their like bathroom belongings, but I don't really think that we use it all that often. Instead, we do have this shower caddy. Very nice shower. Hold on, let me turn on the light. Automatically flushing toilet. The shower is cleaned once a week by cleaners. We're actually very lucky to have that. We have this fluffy rug. I think we brought that in. Let's see. And here's our room. We have this shoe rack. Right now it is morning time, so we have the window open to let in some natural light. I know that when winter strikes, we will not have natural light and it will look like overcast every day. So that's very fun. We have Francesco's desk. He has a bunch of his Rubik's Cubes and books and crochet needle. Oh, wow, that is big. Very simple desk setup. These desks have 3 drawers, one really big drawer, this kind of pull-out area for keyboards and papers and things. Here's mine. I have this little caddy from IKEA which stores things, cups with my utensils. This one I got from attending the Notre Dame versus Purdue game, I think. My bowls, more utensils, my collection of chips when I went to Trader Joe's. This remote is important. And then water bottles, and that is Francesco's transistor radio. Over here we also have our other roommate's desk. He has a selection of items, including a lot of oatmeal, and we also have 2 fridges. So the good thing about the fridges is that this one we have stored underneath the bed, and underneath that we have all of our luggages, which is a really good place to start. We also have our microwave and a bunch of Chinese snacks. We have this drawer. This did not come included. All these did not come included. We do have 2 closets, so we just kind of split them up evenly. Everything in the black hanger is mine, everything in the gray is Francesco's, everything in white is our other roommates. We have this rug. This rug has been the most useful thing. We kind of don't feel at home without it. The floors are very boring. It's like just laminate. It's really not much. And then moving on to the carpet, let me take off my shoes. Beanbag. Francesco's bed with the blue high, I think it's called. And then I have this bunk bed up here. So if I can just climb up. Yeah, I don't like using these ladder prongs. Instead, I just kind of go on the desk. Here's my bed. We have the small Yongelskog, this foam roller to prevent the blankets from falling through this weird kind of nook. I'm not really sure why that exists. This is an IKEA like bedside table, I think they refer to it as. Basically, you can take it out and then you can fold it open. It has been useful when I want to work on the floor. It's kind of hard to assemble with only one hand. There we go. Okay, so it just kind of works like that, and then there's space for your legs. 2 pillows, Yongelskog, and the Stigat hanging storage. This has been the one thing I needed in IKEA. I searched all over for it and I finally found it. It has 2 pockets. This one I use for a book, this one I use for my phone, this one I use for my tablet. We have an air purifier. I'm not sure how much that costs, probably $30 to $50 on Amazon. And if you guys are wondering how we manage to see things at night, it's very simple. You just come down here, and with the snap of the finger, just like that. Yep, all the lights are on, no jump cuts whatsoever. I just snapped my finger and this happened. So, all desks come with like a table light. Francesco brought this lamp. I have this cable lamp and my underdesk lamp. And we also have these lovely LED lights. I strongly recommend getting some of these. These really do improve the aesthetic of the room. And so, I believe that's really all there is to our dorm. Of course, you know, we have the more boring things like drawers, but I think everyone knows that. Oh, and I nearly forgot. We do have to get a view of the window. We have this kind of entrance view. I think the door to the dorm is over there, just about. So we get to see this lovely path and what's known as croc lawn, which they are doing some serious renovation of. I think they're adding a concrete path, which is actually really nice. And of course, we just have blinds. Come on. Oh, and you can also open this window actually. If you ever want fresh air, you just kind of lift that up. And then, wow, it only opens up to that much, but I guess you don't really need much else than that. I'll leave that open for the time being. And that just about concludes the dorm tour. So, thanks for watching. This video took way too long to make. And if you guys ever need tips on how to furnish your dorm, just remember that it should feel like a second home to you, because I am very far from my home, and some of you may not be, but yeah, it's nice. Yay!